Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast.
Dude.
Yeah.
You can't do this show with your mask on.
Oh, no.
Because they can't hear you.
You can hear me, okay?
Take off the mask.
Hey, can you hear me now better?
Much better.
Okay, great. Hey, thanks, Black Jesus.
You're welcome, White Jesus.
Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast. A disclaimer. This podcast is not religious. We gave each other the nicknames of Black Jesus and White Jesus. That's just what we call each other. Neither one of us believes we are actually the savior of mankind, even though White Jesus dresses up as Christ on Easter sometimes. This is a controversial podcast between two buddies, and we support all religions people choose to follow to get closer to a higher power. Although we do think Scientology is a bit out there. Welcome to the Black and White Jesus podcast. I'm White Jesus.
And I'm Black Jesus.
Black Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Buddy, we are doing a podcast.
Yep.
How do you feel about that, man?
Excited. And,
Yeah.
To basically be able to have White Jesus and Black Jesus together, that's epic.
That's something that I feel is important about the podcast, is having a white guy and a black guy doing it. And I am the whitest of white guys there is, and you are just the blackest fella I know. So, I think that'll be good when we discuss topics, and we're going to have an email address where listeners can send in questions or suggestions on what do they want us to talk about. We'll talk about it. What do you want to ask a black dude and a white dude and get different opinion?
Yeah, that's the good thing about this podcast that we starting off, is because that no one could get offended because we have the best of both worlds.
That's true. We actually possess the master race card. That doesn't sound right. But we have a race card that is ultimate, because you're here to vouch for me. I'm here to vouch for you.
Most definitely.
We're just people, but we happen to be a black dude and a white dude.
That's it.
And unfortunately, that's what people are gonna see.
So, White Jesus.
Dude, hey, you know what? The first episode, we got sponsors. Can you believe that?
That's what I was just about to tell you. Let's get into the sponsors.
I can't believe we haven't even aired yet. This is
So you about to get to the sponsors or what?
Yeah, dude. I'm getting
White
them.
Jesus.
Getting them. Hey, these people reached out to us and wanted to sponsor us.
Let me hear that one.
There's an organization called NAMBLA. The podcast is sponsored by NAMBLA. NAMBLA is the North American Boy Love.
No, don't say that.
Bro.
No.
Dude, I don't think we should be associated with these people.
What?
I think these are pedophiles.
No. We're not affiliated with that.
No.
We don't want the sponsorship.
Well, I guess we only got our other one sponsor.
And what's that?
Today's podcast is sponsored by Signs. Signs. Everywhere there's a sign. So, episode 1, Black and White Jesus podcast. We've known each other for quite a while, haven't
I would
we?
say.
I'd say maybe 10 years.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
And we met because we worked at
an interesting place.
A food and gaming establishment, and we don't want to say the name of it, but it does rhyme with Cave and Luster's. So we worked there. We worked in the arcade and stuff, and we just have fun, man.
Yeah. White Jesus was one, man. My God. He was one of the weirdest individual I ever met in my life.
Yeah, I do. And you were actually like my boss too, so you got to tell me what to do. You gave me lists and everything.
Hey, guess what? That means Black Jesus took over White Jesus.
Dude, you made me call you master, which I thought was a little bit too much, but
hey, I think I thought that tables would turn a little bit to see
So
how
like-
it feel.
So like then you left that job. Anything else we want to say about that job? Game room. We had skee ball there. We worked with some skee ball machines. I remember one weekend. It was February. It was Black History Month, and I came up to you and I said, "Hey, man, I wanted to pass an idea past you. Is it cool if I let blacks play skee ball for free?" And you were like, "You racist bastard." But I was like, "What are you talking about? Free skee ball, you know?" And you said, "Dude, go ask the general manager," like sarcastically. Like I was gonna not do that. So I went to the general manager and asked if I can give blacks free skee ball for Black History Month. And they just didn't understand the promotion quite right, you know? My heart was in a good place, man.
You think?
That was a fun place to it was. It was certainly in a funny place. I always wanted to make you laugh, man.
Oh, you
That
did.
was the main part of my job.
I remember those days that you used to be like, "Damn, I hate the fact that I'm white."
Dude, here's an interesting fact. I was the only
you
white
white.
person on the staff.
Yeah, the only minority in the staff.
Dude, I was the minority on the staff, and I implored my boss to not hire any more white people because I just loved being the only white guy.
I remember when you
was a
got
good
upset. I remember when you got upset when we hired another white guy.
Oh my
It was a
God.
Canadian white guy.
Blonde
matter of
hair, blue eyes, Hitler poster child white guy. That white guy was Dustin, that motherfucker. But yeah, I went up to the boss. I'm like, "Dude, what the hell? I was your white guy. Why'd you have to replace me?"
fact. Yeah.
Long story short, those days were fun, and then you left the job, and I left the job eventually.
I guess it
And-
wasn't the same, huh?
Nah, man. Working was never the same. It wasn't as fun. And we maintained a friendship on social media, which is really stupid because we didn't talk for years. There was at least like a 7-year gap where we just didn't even talk with each other. Maybe during holidays we'd throw each other a thumbs up emoji or something.
And kept it moving.
Yeah, man. And then the other week, I was going through like a bad time. I had like a relationship ending. I was just feeling a little sad. And I thought about instant messaging you. And before I was able to instant message you, you instant messaged me and said, "What's up?" So I was just like, wow. And I hit the video call button just to see if you would pick up. And all of a sudden, we're talking on video phones like it's the Jetsons or something. And we talked for like 20 minutes, just cracking each other the hell up. And then we thought, ew, we should have a podcast. Which is something I've said so many times in my life.
Yeah, because I remember during those times that when we worked together, you was like the funniest white guy I ever met. And your joke was hilarious. And I always told you, man, I should be your manager.
Yeah, and just if there was just recordings of the craziness that took on there, it would have been great. So this is great. We can just hang out and talk about stuff. We're going to set up a email account. I just realized I'm saying a lot. That's something they teach you not to do on radio shows.
So why are you doing it?
That's the problem, man. I gotta like Google how to not do it or something. So and then
Just give them the email address, White Jesus.
email address.
Email address.
The email address is bjwpodcast@yahoo.com. And what we want our listeners to do is to reach out at us, grab us by the email, and let us know what you think of the show. If you'd like us to have a show dedicated to something.
Basically, tell us what is it that you want us to talk about, or what's the next topic that you would like to listen to, or hear, or however you want to say it.
Or if you have hate mail and death threats, feel free to send them to the hate mail goes to bj.gofuckyourself@yahoo.com.
Yeah, that one.
Anyway, so this is going to be the show. We're going to be talking about just what the hell is going on, man. And right now, the only two things going on is coronavirus and race.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing that's going on right now, and we just can't get our head around it.
That coronavirus hit us, the Rome.
And the division of this word that we get into. It's crazy.
It's funny how we can go from jokes and yucks to serious discussions in a heartbeat. Because we're going to have to talk about some tragedy, talk about what's going on. Now, coronavirus. Let's start there. How you doing, man? Coronavirus. You know, maybe eventually when we get good with the sound, we can have like sound cuts in, like coronavirus, dun, 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 something like that.
Really? Really?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, really, man.
Like, with that type of voice, coronavirus.
Because coronavirus is scary, man. I imagine if coronavirus could speak, it would sound like that.
Let's get to the coronavirus. You're killing me right now.
Yeah, dude. Did you were you able to hold on to your employment, or did you have to take a break?
What?
Did you have to take a break from work because of the coronavirus?
Of course. I didn't claim unemployment though. I need to.
Well, maybe it's good not to mention things that could be used in court later during the podcast, bro. No, like for me, my job didn't stop at all because I work for a company. I work for myself. I'm self-employed. I'm a food courier. I don't want to say exactly who I work for, but it does rhyme with.
No. They're not sponsoring. They're not sponsoring.
They would be a good sponsor.
Yeah, they'll be a good sponsor.
So the virus has been like really great for food delivery business. In fact, I hope the virus scare stays around, and if it dies down.
Are you kidding me right now?
Well, I mean,
it's good for business for you, but a lot of people out there are dying and terrified.
Yeah.
So,
well, as long as they stay terrified. The thing is, I think the media is going to keep us terrified until whenever it's gone completely.
But
because this is the job of the media to keep us terrified.
You know, according to what they're saying, by the end of the year, they're supposed to be over with. But you know, there's a lot of conspiracy theory that's out there that people are saying that it's doing because of the election. I don't know how true is that. What's your thought about that?
I think coronavirus coverage will be down after the election.
You think so?
CNN, definitely. Dude, CNN is just be like, coronavirus is bad and it's Donald Trump's fault. Dude, how can you expect me to believe that, you know?
Yeah. Everything's Donald Trump's fault.
Dude, it's weird how people didn't know how to panic. Like, the first thing everybody did was just run out and grab all the toilet paper in the world.
Dude, I could never understand that one.
People were... Dude.
Why, Jesus, listen.
Because we both...
Listen. The black community is asking, what was the big fuss about this toilet paper? Explain that to me. Did you guys know something that we didn't know about?
White people insist on having clean butts. Dude, you know, like, I've been poor.
We all have been poor.
We've all, like, you and me have been poor.
Yeah.
And we know damn sure that there's a million ways to wipe our asses without toilet paper.
Goddamn right.
So there was like kind of hurricane type madness, you know, in the stores, and everybody's got masks on. It's weird, you know?
Yeah.
Because like before the virus, really the only country where people wore masks all around was, I believe, Japan.
Yeah,
China,
for
and
years.
Asia.
For years in Asia. Like, I was in Central Florida during the pandemic.
The state we live in, Florida. Okay.
Really, White Jesus?
I'm just gonna bust your
But
balls.
anyway, during that time, during the peak of the pandemic, you were still able to like walk into the stores without wearing a mask. That was crazy.
Yeah, you know, coronavirus is tricky. Here's one thing that I saw during the pandemic that made me smile.
What?
That was teenage kids on TikTok sending TikTok videos from their hospital bed with sad music in the background going, I have coronavirus. How ridiculous do you have to be to live stream from your deathbed? How many followers do you want before
You die?
Dude.
Like, that's sad. That's sad. This is what this is what we came down to. It's like, before we die, we need to get enough lights.
You know, everybody's got masks. And like, I was at Publix the other day, right? Shopping for, I don't know, like a pencil. I needed a pencil.
For what?
Huh?
For what?
For scripting on a piece of paper, to write on paper. And then I was going to erase it.
So you buy pencils?
I bought a pencil for that.
You didn't have a pen?
Sure, I got plenty of pens, man, but I make mistakes all the time. So I got to have that eraser there.
So what's the purpose of you having a phone?
Dude,
You know, you
I
could
was
do-
in Publix
Dude, you
buying
could-
a pencil,
Dude, listen,
live with it.
Listen.
All right, I was
Listen.
in Publix. Yes.
You have a notepad on your phone. You know that, right?
Yeah,
You know you could use that, right? It's the same
with
thing.
the little stylus.
No, you
I
could
write.
type it.
I can't type like other people can type.
Why you got?
I'm a one thumber. Dude,
One
I
thumber?
see people getting on their keypads and they can bust out paragraphs in no time at all. I prefer
can't do it?
voice to text, and just if it sends you a weird message, just try to figure out what I was trying to say. You know?
That sounds like somebody that's always on the road.
So I was in Publix buying a pencil, and fear overtook me because there was a ninja to the left of me. And I looked over, and it wasn't a ninja. It was just a dude buying baking soda.
What?
So, like, it's weird. You can't tell ninjas apart from regular people anymore. Like, you can have a group of elders sneaking up on you, but if they got those masks on and it's, like, a little dark, you could think those old people are a group of ninjas.
Yeah, I agree. I think everybody's a suspect that wears a mask with the glasses.
Dude, we all have to put on masks before we enter banks.
I remember back then you wasn't able to go into the bank with any mask on,
Dude,
and now
I saw
I'm
it
surprised that
the other day at the bank. I saw a young brother going into a bank, not putting a standard face mask on, but a red bandana, and I was like, wow. That is black privilege right now.
oh my God.
No, we'll get into privilege later. Let's
Yeah.
talk about handshaking, man. Bro, the handshake has been a part of culture and society for probably at least 7 years. It's very popular. It's how world leaders greet other world leaders. It's just like a standard thing. Is handshaking over?
Yeah. Hey, I got a question.
Yeah, man.
I could never understand this. From a brother to a brother. Why, when I meet some white people, they always want to give me a cool handshake?
Oh, we feel obligated to give the black guy a handshake, and that was actually my next question.
But why is that,
But dude, that was actually my next question because it's hard enough to stop shaking hands, but I've been wondering, like black guy handshakes are very complicated.
How complicated you call it?
Okay, man. It starts off with a standard handshake position, and then it goes into the clench. Okay, and then you got a couple options. You could do a bump, a top bump, a front bump, bottom to top bump, or you can snap fingers. It's like,
but you want to know something funny though, White Jesus?
What's up?
Why right about now that ever since this coronavirus come out, why we doing black man shake? With the fist bump, with the elbow bump. Oh, you never thought about that, huh?
Dude.
Yeah. Hey.
You know what? I did notice it because I was picking up a food order from IHOP earlier, and there's this young black dude who works there who knows me, and he was like, "What's up?" And he gave me a non-gloved fist bump, and I'm like, "Man, this is good time for black people." They don't have to do that stupid white handshaking shit.
We're tired of that shit.
Yeah, man. Dude, there's protests all around the country about it right now.
White people handshake about to dislocate your shoulder.
Oh, man, dude, I don't know. It's just like in businessmen, you shake hands and there's a strategy and everything. And we can't do it anymore, and some people are replacing it with like a bow.
What, we Asian now?
Well, that's the
thing. So you guys are.
They're wearing
Asian
the
now.
masks and they're bowing.
Oh my
so
God. So that's the ninja. That's the
been,
ninja you were talking about.
Dude, don't be racist. I'm just talking about
racist.
I'm just saying that that they've been practicing social distancing and virus prevention for a while.
Yeah,
they so like, how do we greet each other? I guess fist bumping will become maybe standard.
I guess that's what it's already standard. Right now, you don't shake hands anymore. When was the last time you shook someone's hand? Exactly. See how you got to think about it?
Yours.
No, we fist bumped.
I don't know if we bumped or shook. No, actually, when I saw you,
we didn't clench or fist bump or that. No, we didn't do none of that. We didn't shake hands.
You want to know the truth?
What?
Is that we hugged each other when we saw each other again.
Damn, now I got coronavirus.
First thing, dude, I sent you a message before I was coming to see you for the first time in 7 years, and I said, just a heads up, dude. Coronavirus or not, I'm gonna hug you when I see you, man. So, like, we may both be infected right now.
Damn.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I haven't sweat or got a fever yet, so I guess I'm all right.
But there's like, you know how there has to be two sides of things. There's like non-masked people and masked people.
Well, the other day I was watching the news. Matter of fact, this morning I was watching the news, and a bunch of doctors got together and basically broke it down how what the coronavirus is really about. It's really not affecting the people like they say they are. But at the end of the day, you have to be safe. You know, we have to make sure that we're protected and you protect those people that's around you and make sure that people feel comfortable. However you feel about this coronavirus,
it's not political.
It's not political.
It's common sense and health.
You know, so at the end of the day, if you feel like it's real or not real, you still have to respect other people's space, period. You know, all jokes aside.
I believe that, and I also believe that it's not as bad as we're being showed in the media. I just don't believe in media anymore because they're all biased.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a guy who goes home and watches Don Lemon and then Tucker Carlson. So I see the extreme dynamics between those shows, man. It's pretty retarded. There's no place to get real news anymore.
Not at all, not at all. Except for the Black and White Jesus show.
You can come to us for news.
Yeah.
We're going to have some news stories a little later on.
Yeah, most definitely.
I think I'm done talking about coronavirus, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Jesus.
What's going on, White Jesus?
Let's talk about race, baby.
Yeah, that's one of those sensitive topics that a lot of people don't want to hear, but guess what? Fuck it. We're going to talk about it.
We definitely got to talk about race.
Fuck it, we got to talk about it.
Especially because we're like a black and white cookie, man.
That's right.
That was one of the other names for the podcast.
But Oreos rules.
Now, all the stuff with the racial tension started with the murder of George Floyd.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. You know, that really, you know, the thing a lot of people fail to understand is that the injustice that the justice system have is two system. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but it is two system, because a lot of black people, including myself, has been harassed by law officers for no apparent reason. When I was young, you know, I have law officers that I'm real cool with, and that's in my family, and you know, I'm not against cops or anything, but you know, there is two system, and you know, as a black man, I could only talk about it from my perspective. I remember when I was young, I was going to Winn-Dixie, and I went in there and basically went and bought something.
Were you buying a pencil? I'm sorry, bro. Go on with your story. So I had to do it.
Yeah. So you know, I got in a car. It was my father's car during that time. I got in the car, and right when I got out of the parking lot of Winn-Dixie, I got pulled over, and the cop was telling me, who vehicle is it? And I'm like, hey, it's my dad's vehicle. I had a driver license. It was my driver license. I ain't had any issue. I had insurance, registration. I showed him everything. So I remember him grabbing me and putting me in the back of the car. I'm sitting in the back of the car, and him having to pull all my information, but I don't understand the reason why I had to sit in the back of the car. And when everything came back clear, he told me he don't want to see me in this area ever again. I don't understand that.
But all your information was good. You checked out.
Yeah, I checked out. But he still tell me he don't want to see me in this area ever again.
And I've been pulled over and been checked out before.
But were you put in the back of a police car?
That's the difference. I think I was allowed to sit in the front seat of my own car.
You see?
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people won't understand that. Like some of the things that's being a brown person or a black person, you know, the privilege is totally different than being white. You could be you know, just to make it clear, as a black person, you have to work twice as hard in order for you to be able to have a success level in your life. You know, I have to work twice as hard. You know, I went to college, got a college degree, but sometimes that really doesn't matter, because when you put your name in the application, I'm not saying everybody does it, but I'm quite sure a lot of people goes through that. The moment they see the name in the application, and if it sounds that you're not Caucasian, your application do get pushed to the back.
If your application says Jaquisha.
Yeah. You know, and you know, a lot of people gonna say, "Oh no, it's not true," but it's true. And you know, some of the thing, I'm not saying like all.
So let's go back to George Floyd. I mean, if it's cool.
Yeah. Most
he experienced that dark side of the justice system. He was just snuffed out. It was a snuff film. I got emotional when I first saw it, and it's a horrible, horrible video. And most people haven't seen the whole video because they have to cut out the last few seconds where you see him die, because they filmed him dying on camera because somebody was choking him out with his fucking knee. And
White Jesus, you about to cry, buddy. Yeah, it's emotional. Yeah.
Okay, so this happened, and what started out as an immediate, this is like right after it happened, an immediate black cry in America, it has slowly turned into a white whining of America. There's been differences between the immediate reaction and the violence that's still going on today. Because guess what, dude? It's white people doing it. White people are doing the bashing, the smashing of cop cars, all throwing all that shit. It's stupid white kids with blue mohawks and non-binary things. It's like a counterculture, and it's called Antifa, the radical end of it.
Yeah.
And they're a violent group of people. And right now, I hope black people just stay at home and let these white people get caught on camera. Because, hey, I mean, you got to take it for the looting. But, dude, and nothing was better than that, man. Dude, just, oh my God, we've never seen looting like that on video before.
Yeah, it's like
Looking
wide
at
ass
the videos,
open.
dude, it's just comical. You see a lady come out of a Nike store with just a bunch of shoe boxes going, woohoo! And I just had to laugh at a lot of the rioting because, you know what? If the window's broken and you're there, go for it. But you know what? Everybody got caught on camera.
Yeah. You're fucked.
Yeah, we're going to look back one day at the cameras and
be
match your
like,
face.
Exactly, especially with this new technology that they have. So face recognition, so you're fucked, basically.
But the movement, I think the Black Lives Matter movement, Black Lives Matter, to me, this is how I feel about it.
It's Black Lives Matter is really not, it's been taken over by white people.
Yeah.
And it is funded by George. I don't want to say his last name.
Mr. Glenn Beck over here. Glenn Black. Oh, dude. Now it started after Trayvon. But it has been hijacked by white liberals. Mm-hmm. Mostly young kids, just completely crazy, and they're taking things up a notch every day. There's cities that are on fire right now because there's crazy white kids throwing bricks, and there's some black folks in there too.
Yeah.
But it looks like a blanket of fresh snow at these protests.
But I don't understand, how is it in the middle of a protest all these bricks just came on about?
You saw that video?
Yeah.
That particular video where a crate of bricks was dropped in the middle of the street, and they just went for their arsenal. That's Antifa. Dude, Antifa has been waiting for something, unfortunately, like George Floyd to happen so they can cause a fake-ass movement.
Yeah.
Because this movement that's going on right now, this rioting, that's not your Black Lives Matter movement. That's anarchists.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, man, we just have to make sure that, like, this world right about now, we are divided. Really, really divided. And it's sad that we have to come like that, you know?
But I don't think a lot of people realize that there is a middle ground where we can all chill out. There's an extreme left, there's an extreme right, and there is a middle ground where you don't have to give up any of your beliefs, but you just work with other people and everything will be cool. We're all people. Yes. Racism is never going to die. It's impossible.
Yeah.
That's a feeling, that's an emotion. You can't win a war against racism. It's like trying to.
But it is something that they teach you. It's something that
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It goes down from the family.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, there's evolution, and my grandparents, as young as I can remember hanging around with my grandparents, I don't want to say they had a slave, but they did have a black woman working, doing all the house stuff. Irene was her name. I was a little boy, and she was like my best friend. She was so cool.
What made her cool, White Jesus?
She was just fun. You know, for some reason, I just tend to get along with black people a lot easier than anybody else. I don't know why. But, you know, she wasn't a slave, but she was like the last part of dying off of that slavery process.
Please just say
she was a servant.
No, bro. What the fuck? No, bro.
But she had her own
child care person. She took care of
you.
She
She didn't take care of me at all. She just took care of my grandparents' house.
Okay.
And gardening and chores and stuff like that.
Okay. But
so
did she get paid?
She was like a maid. She of course got paid.
Okay.
And
so she was not a slave.
No. She had, and she had and she had a good relationship with my grandparents.
Okay. Say your grandparents employed her. That sounds better.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, your grandparents employed her. Say it.
My grandparents employed her.
Thank you.
And she willfully took the job and got paid for it. And she was awesome. Like a part of family. Like I remember her as part of family, you know.
Was it that one of the black? Wait, Jesus, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Was it that one of those? You have a black person. Jokes that white people say all the time. They know a black person, and he cut his lawn. You know how white people always say, "Oh, I know a black person. My gardener is a black person."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of those right there.
That's some bullshit. No, it wasn't like that because I loved Irene and Irene loved me.
Okay.
But it was the last time I saw something that looked like the runnings off of slavery, you know? Because 100 years before, she may have been a slave for my grandparents. And maybe my grandparents... Dude, I've never looked back at my family tree. Because why should I? I don't care about that information, really. It doesn't make any difference to me. But evolution causes... We're still going through it. We went through it with the Civil War, the ending of slavery, the Civil Rights Act, which was just in, 1965?
Correct.
So it's only been that long, man. And you know what? I remember things being better and better. I don't remember having any feelings on black people at all, other than they were just folks, and that's just like the way my heart is.
But
and I here I go. I had a lot of black friends.
There you go.
But I think things are still getting better. But if this bullshit on the streets with these ignorant people who want to push a racial divide, if it keeps going that way, things are going to turn backwards.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it, it's looking like we're going back to the 1950s, during the time that we were fighting for equality and all that. And right now, it's I think what we're doing right now, it's a phenomenal thing that there is peace in this world and there is hope. And I try not to focus in racism. I don't put no energy behind it because I don't believe in it. I believe we all human because at the end of the day, if I need a kidney, I could get a kidney from you, or you could get a kidney from me. It doesn't matter.
Really? You can get a white guy kidney?
I don't know. Would it fit?
I don't know. I would think that your black body would reject my white kidney. Get this cracker kidney out of me. Dude, so like things are getting better, and things are getting better because we're right here and we're just an example of things getting better. But if all you concentrate on is race, which is what the radical left does, if all you see is race and differences, how the fuck are we gonna go forward?
We can't.
They want to divide people up more and more.
Yeah.
They have, dude, like, there's gonna be a white-only's drinking fountain again soon.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna allow that.
And white people are gonna put it up. I think that made sense. No, but
it didn't make no sense.
But we can't go backwards. We need to focus on the positives. We also need to realize that these riot situations and all this violence is getting out of control, and it's mostly young white punks. And George Floyd's death was horrible, and Black Jesus said earlier that it looked like I was about to cry, and I probably was.
I had to stop you.
Yeah, and thanks, man, because crying on the first podcast, that would have been embarrassing, man. We probably would have had to edit that out.
Nah.
But nothing going on today is about George Floyd, because the person who murdered George Floyd is in jail and is charged with murder.
Awesome.
You know? So
we gotta clap for that one.
Yeah, dude.
We gotta clap for that one.
Now, that's justice working the right way. That's what should have happened.
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't released or just fired or something. The only protests that I can remember would be the LA ones, and that was because the officers got off from the beating of Rodney King.
Yeah, during that time of Rodney
So
King.
that was an injustice that took place.
Yeah.
These violent cops that beat Rodney King were freed. They didn't have to pay. And that was a reason for a backlash and a fucking good old riot, you know? That's injustice.
Listen, for everybody who doesn't know this line that Tupac said, we might fight amongst each other, but I promise you this, we'll burn this bitch down, you get us pissed.
Oh, I love a
quote
good
from
Tupac lyric. Now,
so what you got?
On the media side, okay?
Okay.
The media is, and I'm talking really specifically about CNN and MSNBC and anything really but Fox and this one other station. They're just concentrating 100% on racism this, racism that, and people
soaking it in.
Soak it in, and they take it in from their freaking phone that's just beaming messages of racism everywhere in their face.
It'll fuck your head up, believe it or not.
You know? While we're talking about race, just a quick thought about political correctness.
Go ahead.
I had a question for you, Black Jesus. People of color. When did African Americans become people of color? And did white people decide what they are going to call you to be correct? Or did black people come up with people of color?
I think white people came up with that shit.
They do. White liberals come up with people to call.
Yeah, I don't. I could never understand the terminology of me being colored. Like, what the fuck,
bro? Here's what they did, man. They took colored people, added a word, reversed a couple words. People of color. This is just liberals, Democrats who are on your side and who are gonna vote for your president. These are just people who are just named by white liberals. Dude, it's so close to colored people that people make mistakes when they're talking.
Listen, I don't respond to that word being colored, and I'm not colored.
So you don't like people of color? No, I don't mean that you don't like people of color.
No, what I'm saying is, right? Like, you know, I'm brown.
What terminology do you think is best?
What you mean?
Like, I just say black.
But we're not black.
Well,
we're brown. You know what's the
That's true.
Yeah, we're brown.
And I'm not white.
And you're not white.
I'm beige.
You're ivory.
But as soon as we decided on black and white, which seems is going to hang around, why can't you just be black folks if we're going to be white folks?
Well, if that's what's
it's as retarded on this side as it is on that side.
Yeah, it's retarded on both sides.
But people of color, dude. And then 10 years ago, we called you African Americans. And then a bunch of people would be like, oh, let's be nicer to the black people and call them something new. Like, how about colored people? No, that's racist. People of color, yay.
Hey.
Dude.
How about the real estate? I know we had a good one about the real estate.
Like the real estate. Oh, things changing.
Yeah.
Cancel culture.
Yeah.
Dude, everything's canceled. Yesterday, my brother, I was talking to him on the phone, and he said that Oprah got canceled.
What?
He said that Oprah got canceled.
No way.
And my immediate response was, she's Oprah. Can't she just uncancel herself?
She on her own TV show.
She owns
on her own channel.
Her own channel.
Network, however you want to call it. How do you cancel?
It's called OWN. Own.
How you cancel that?
You can't cancel Oprah.
I don't believe that. I think fake news. That's fake news.
It might be fake news.
Fake news.
I don't know.
I'm gonna call it out. It is fake news.
Now, another thing about kind of just being way too super liberal, and you know what I'm talking about. There's a limit, you know.
Yeah, there is.
There seems to be like a limit to where it starts seeming silly. CNN hosted a town hall on Sesame Street about race.
What?
This had CNN anchors talking.
What about
goddamn puppets from Sesame Street about race?
No way.
I swear this exists, and I wish we could put a sound clip on right now.
They're going overboard on that one.
But dude, it was like one of them, and it was so. I mean, it's Sesame Street, but it was so silly. Like the lady would go, "How you doing today, Dorothy?" Who's the Sesame Street character? Mm-hmm. I don't know any female Sesame Street characters, which is a problem. I'll probably get mail about that.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
But like, how you doing? She's like, I don't know. I'm kind of worried about how people are today. I'm worried about people upset about police. And they're like, really? Have you seen any discrimination on Sesame Street? Well, one day, my friend, Big Bird, he was being picked on because his feathers were yellow, and he was really big. And then, like, Don Lemon comes in and is like, well, that's also body shaming. So this is, like, ridiculous. Dude, why teach kids about racism?
Yeah, that's sad. We started they starting it at an early age. That's what it is. And that's not good.
Luckily, there was no media, like phone media. There was TV. You don't need to tell me Black Lives Matter. I've known that like for fucking 40 years. Mr. Rogers taught me that somehow. I think he had a black friend. But like
Mr. Rogers.
You don't need to tell. You don't know Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, I know who Mr. Rogers is. Who doesn't know Mr. Rogers? What is wrong with you, White Jesus?
I still want to see that movie.
What? Don't say it. Let's go.
Tom.
Next.
No. Like,
yeah.
So, what do you think about Sesame Street on CNN, man? What do you think about that imagery and how kids are being sat down in front of CNN?
But to be honest with you, The generation nowadays really don't watch TV, to be honest with you. They're more focused on their social media or YouTube, or TV is like,
Really, you don't think there's little kids watching CNN?
nah, hell no. Hell no. Their parents is, but not them.
Well, bro.
Let me ask you a question. What
right.
kid you know that's gonna sit there at the age of, from the age of 5 to like 12, that's gonna watch CNN?
A parent who puts them in front of the TV to watch Sesame Street.
And CNN?
Yeah, but the kid just sees Sesame Street. And then they get fed, oh, everything's horrible and racist. And then they go out and all they see is race everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they get nervous about it. They get anxiety. Yeah. Anxiety ain't good for nobody, man. Dude, this CNN Sesame Street town hall on race got way out of control, dude.
Let me hear that one, then.
Dude, they had to tell Big Bird why he couldn't say the N-word. Because he kept saying the N-word. He wouldn't stop.
No way.
He was like Tupac out there.
No way.
So they had to explain to Big Bird why he couldn't say the N-word.
Boom, on Sesame Street.
Dude, on this CNN thing, man. Grover got all woke and set Oscar the Grouch's trash can on fire, screaming that he was part of the problem. You're part of the problem. He was just raging. And things got out of hand further. Well, Elmo tried to calm things down. Elmo admitted to and apologized for his red privilege. Cookie Monster was told that his Blue Lives Matter sign was problematic by CNN.
Deal.
But he's like, but I'm blue. And he's like, yeah, but that's like a pro-cop sign. And Blue Lives Matter is a sign of racism.
Damn.
Oh, dude, Big Bird ended up having to apologize to the Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Really?
Dude, that's
on CNN?
Dude, it's on CNN.
That's
You
on
got to
CNN.
YouTube it or something. Find it where... Dude, at the end, everything was okay. Sesame Street committed to change their street's name to Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Damn. That's how we closing this one.
And that's what's going on
On the news.
with race, bro. It's really the white kids' problem. You got more white people out there doing bad shit, and they're just hijacking a movement. And
They took over.
black people stay at home and let the white people just get videotaped breaking shit.
Yo, we back with the White Jesus and Black Jesus show.
Actually, it's the Black and White Jesus podcast.
Yeah.
I gave you first billing on it as reparations, really. And it made sense alphabetically. Plus, black and white is actually a thing. But you get your privilege on that one, buddy.
So I get first dibs then.
I want to talk about, we're going to talk about a book called White Fragility by a Robin DiAngelo.
That shit sound like some kind of disease.
It does, doesn't it?
Repeat the name again.
White fragility. Doctor, please don't tell me I have white fragility.
That shit sound like some shit you gotta go to the clinic and get checked out. Go ahead.
Oh my God, man. I was lent this book by a lady who tends to be on the liberal side of things. I'm not going to say she was my sister, but we do share the exact same parents. Just as, like, I've heard the book is kind of extreme, but, like, I'm an open-minded person. I'll check it out,
Yeah.
Dude, this is the most racist fucking book of all time.
Get the fuck out of here.
It is so blatantly racist. And then it defends itself by saying you can't be racist to white people because they're actually trying to change the definition of racism.
What?
They're trying to change the definition of racism, the word.
Okay, what is gonna be called? What they changing it to?
they're adding on, racism is, something like you hate a group of people, but you have privilege over them too. So it makes it.
So you're entitled to hate them, basically.
Yeah.
So you have, basically what you're telling me is that you have a reason why to hate them because you have privilege over them. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's saying that racism can only be committed by people who have a
certain privilege.
A certain privilege, a white privilege, based in history. Okay, so which means that white people can be racist, but black people cannot be racist to white people. And I am here to tell you, yes, they can. Why not?
Wow.
Dude, you've been racist to me. I've been racist to you.
Plenty of times.
We've seen, dude, why aren't black people allowed to be racist, man?
Why not?
That's their God-given right. This book, like, to sum it up, is the bullet points is that all white people are racist, whether they know it or not. If the white person says they're not racist, they are even more racist. And, dude, like, this was the most racist book I've ever seen. Protecting itself under the guise that it was something heroic. That white people needed to be confronted. Every white person needs to be confronted about their racism, man.
What's the name of that disease again? What is called?
The disease.
Some shit, fragility.
White fragility. Ma'am, I'm sorry to inform you that your husband... I'm sorry, ma'am. He only has 2 weeks to live. He has white fragility. He's gonna die. I want to read a quote from this book. Okay, this is Robin DiAngelo. This is her telling a story about her past. I was invited to the retirement party of a white friend. Let me drink something before I read this long thing. Hey, say something, Black Jesus.
Damn. Really? This shit about to go like real silence right about now.
So Robin DiAngelo writes, I was invited to the retirement party of a white friend. The party was a potluck picnic held in a public park. As I walked down the slope toward the picnic shelters, I noticed 2 parties going on side by side. One gathering was primarily composed of white people, and the other appeared to be all black people. I experienced a sense of disequilibrium as I approached and had to choose which party was my friend's. Wow. I felt a mild sense of anxiety as I considered that I might have to enter the all-black group. Then mild relief as I realized that my friend was in the other group, the white one. This relief was amplified as I thought I might have mistakenly walked over to the black party. All these thoughts and feelings happened in just a few seconds, but they were a rare moment of racial self-awareness. The mere possibility that I might have to experience not belonging racially was enough to raise racial discomfort. Black Jesus, let me ask you something, buddy. This lady, Robin DiAngelo, the one who went to the picnic, isn't she racist as fuck?
Hey, the moment she pulled that anxiety fucking... The moment she say she had anxiety, the moment she had to go to the black party, dude, that's her racist card right there. She done pulled it.
She wasn't even like mildly racist. She had panic and fear of black people, man.
That is crazy.
God. Okay,
do you feel like that?
Wasn't that? No, man. I gallop toward herds of black folks. I see a group of black people, and I'm like, dude, those guys are probably talking some cool shit. I'm gonna go hang with them. We'll get along. I just know we will. So it seems like Robin DiAngelo is a dirty racist. Damn. And then she wrote a book on how all white people are racist to try to, get the focus off of her being a dirty racist. because she's generalizing a group of people.
Hold on. I need everyone who read this book to go ahead and drop an email and tell us how you feel about the book if when you read it. Like we need it right now.
I'd like some feedback.
Please plug in the email address for them to go ahead and email their comments.
Email address. That would be bwjpodcast@yahoo.com.
One more time.
bwjpodcast@yahoo.com. Black White Jesus Podcast. bwjpodcast@yahoo.com.
That's right.
So this lady's a racist, and right now she's just being racist about black people.
Let me see. Is she being racist towards white people as well?
That's her career now, actually. Here's a quote. For those of us who work to raise the racial consciousness of whites, simply getting whites to acknowledge that our race gives us advantages is a major effort.
In other words, she's saying the white privilege. Go ahead.
Dude, she's just... Okay, let me reverse things here. I'm going to replace white with black. And I want you to see how racist I sound right now. I'll even try to do a southern accent.
Go ahead.
For those of us who work to raise the racial consciousness of blacks, simply getting blacks to acknowledge that our race gives us advantage is a major effort.
Damn, that sounded racist as fuck.
Dude, if you reverse black for white, and every word in this book, it's a KKK thing. Oh,
damn,
man, that is bullshit. And dude, this book, since George Floyd happened, I hate to say it like that. Since George Floyd was murdered and lost his life, this book has been like bestseller.
Get the fuck out of here.
People are hearing all this stuff, and it's making... Dude, if everybody believed what was written in this book, everybody would believe that all white people are racist. That's a horrible existence to be in.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hold on. Let's wait a second. Not all white people are racist. There's some hell of a fucking good white people that's out there.
Oh, but she's saying it's unconscious. That we don't even know that we're racist, but we are, just because we're white.
What?
Unconscious, like subconscious. Like if you're walking down the street and you see a sketchy looking black guy and you cross the road, you know? It could be a sketchy white person, you cross the road too.
But to be honest with you, White Jesus?
Yeah, I would hope that you'd be honest with me. I'd hate to think that you've been lying to me this entire podcast. Yeah, go ahead and be honest with me, dude.
Black people should be the one that's afraid of white people because of all the shit that we've been through under their hands.
Now, as far as... First of all, one more quote and gut punch at Robin DiAngelo's stupid book, White Fragility. You know what? I think subconsciously I made this podcast out of spite.
Because you're racist?
No, because I told my sister I would discuss the book with her. And I never have. I just decided to create a podcast that gives my opinion on the book. And
so
then,
you're discussing it right now with her?
Yeah, basically. And I don't have to listen to her yell that I'm part of the problem. And then
Damn.
And then I'll just give her the link to the podcast and be like, yo, here's what I think about Black Fragility. I made a podcast about it.
Send her the link.
It's a spite podcast. This is a spite podcast. One more quote out of White Fragility. A horrible, horrible disease.
Yeah, that's what we're going to call it, the disease book.
Robin DiAngelo says, struggle for wisdom, struggle for warmth of the Mecca, struggle for your grandmother or grandfather or your name, but do not struggle for the dreamers. You know what, dude? She should have just called this book My Struggle. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. There's actually a German book called My Struggle.
That's what you quoting?
That was written No, I just looked it up, man. There's already a German book called My Struggle, written by Adolf Hitler.
No way.
Mein Kampf.
So
Mein
we,
Kampf
yeah,
is
no, we're
German
not even
for my struggle.
we're not even gonna give him that power right now.
Sorry, dude. That
go ahead.
accidentally. I keep all my racist books on the same bookshelf, you know, and I accidentally pulled out a few Hitler quotes that sounded like Robin DiAngelo. If you just placed Jews with whites or something.
Damn.
They're both racist as hell. This book is trash. It can blow me. It's stupid, and it is dangerous, because if people believe this stuff, they're going to go out in the world and see race everywhere, where the goal should be just seeing each other as people.
As humans, I agree.
You know, I don't want to go out and be like, oh, there's a black guy, there's a white guy, there's an Asian, there's a Chinaman. I don't think you're allowed to say Chinaman anymore, actually. I apologize to the Chinese. A Chinese guy. I just want to look out and be like, there's America. We're all Americans, dude.
We all humans, white Jesus. We all humans.
Listen, we are all.
That's it. We are from one.
Every color, every gender is a part of America, and it's a big melting pot, and we can get it right.
Yeah.
Our goal for the podcast is to end racism, hopefully.
No, that is our goal.
That is our goal, and well, like I said earlier, end racism,
but we'll poke jokes at it.
Yeah, dude,
We won't give it that energy.
I think there's kind of something beautiful about a black and white guy podcast.
I think it's cool.
I think we're revolutionaries, dude. We're some of the first podcasters out there. We're the first people to think about this.
Hey, and you get in the hood black guy,
dude, black as fuck,
and then you get in the white as fuck,
the crackiest of crackers
guy. That came together.
Anyway, to sum it up, White Fragility is like Mein Kampf, the book written by Adolf Hitler, who hated and exterminated Jews. It's pretty radical, and if you read it, goddamn, just don't believe a thing in it. It sounds like a disease.
It's a disease.
White fragility. It's a fucking disease.
You back with Black Jesus and White Jesus. There's fake news and there's real news. Here's the real news with White Jesus.
And tonight, in the real news... I'm sorry, we'll go... that was just... it's not coronavirus. I'm sorry, that was just pot. Whoo. Hey, how you guys doing, man? How you guys doing? This is White Jesus with the real news. Pandemic spread and sagging polls prompt Trump retreat. Now, I know that CNN doesn't like Trump, but that's no reason to poke fun at his sagging poll. Can you believe that? Just right there in the headline, talking about our president's penis.
Damn.
Some realtors not using master to describe bedrooms and bathrooms because it brings up a problematic past. The realtors are also trying to come up with a new name for the slave quarters. They should change that, man. Right after they take out master from master bedroom, they should rename the slave quarters.
I agree. I agree.
Like maybe bedroom number 3 or something, but just slave quarters. That sounds that sounds a little racist. Parents cooperating after teen party led to COVID-19 cluster. It certainly doesn't help that the new teen TikTok trend is spitting in each other's mouths.
Damn.
That's what those kids are doing on TikTok, man.
Damn.
They're doing dances and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're all doing the same dance, same background music, fucking all of them, right? And then, if something becomes cool, it becomes cool. And you know what's cool now?
What?
Those fucking kids spitting in each other's mouths, man. That's how it got coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Next, 2 ISIS terrorists, dubbed the Beatles, admit involvement in the abduction of 2 women. This is a horrible story, and there's nothing funny about it, Black Jesus. However, being a lifelong fan of the Beatles, I am happy to see the Beatles putting out something new.
What is it?
It's good to see them in the news again. They've joined ISIS, apparently. The 2 ISIS terrorists are dubbed the Beatles. How do you think Paul and Ringo feel about this, man? You think Paul or Ringo would call up and be like, "Yo, could you not call these ISIS terrorists the Beatles?" Like, when you Google us, like, we're not ISIS. We're a very, very popular band. My God. The next news story. Narcissists and psychopaths are more likely to refuse to wear masks, says new research. I, for one, think this is very dangerous, Black Jesus. I cannot stress enough to psychopaths to please wear a mask or face covering before you murder somebody and eat their eyeballs.
God damn.
Dude, they should have a mask on, man.
Yeah, I think so.
And if they can keep a 6-foot distance, I don't know how you murder somebody from a 6-foot. I mean, if you're gonna eat their eyeballs,
Yeah, how you gonna eat their eyeballs?
They should wear gloves.
Yeah.
Dude, those freaking psychopaths, man. In sports, the Washington Redskins have a new name: the Washington Football Team. Dude, the headline is really the joke, right? But like, for all you laughing right now, like Black Jesus, who cannot control himself, the Washington Redskins have a new name: the Washington Football Team. Black Jesus.
Hold on, wait. What's the name of them?
The Washington Redskins, because of Native American culture, they're changing their name, buddy. Their new name is the Washington Football Team, established 1955 or whatever it was. Well, Ellie, here's the thing: the football team is eager to put on their football helmets again in their home stadium, the football stadium, and has high hopes of winning their football games, possibly even the coveted football trophy. They give that away after the football bowl. Dude, the Washington Football Team, man. They better change that something. They racist or not. That's a retarded name. Dude, a lot of police in the news here, especially in Seattle. Now, this headline reads, Judge blocks Seattle law banning police use of pepper spray. The Seattle law banning pepper spray offers several alternatives to the police for dealing with violent and resistant folks, such as giving them a stern talking to, as well as counting to 10 very slowly. And if they don't obey by the count of 10, giving them one more chance.
Damn.
They're really pussifying these cops, man.
Yeah, I
Can't
agree.
use pepper spray. You have to give them a stern talking to. Yeah, I got a tender match. I didn't put do not disturb on the podcast recording because I wanted to know if I got a tender match or not. I do, man. Fucking horny skank 69 likes me. Nice. Swipe right. Our next story: a man shot at downtown Austin protest dies from his injuries. Suspect in custody. The suspect insists, "I just wanted to shoot him. I didn't know he would die from his injuries."
What?
The suspect, he didn't mean to be a murderer.
He didn't know he was gonna die because he shot him.
His official statement reads, "I just wanted to shoot him. I didn't know he would die from his injuries."
Wow.
That's ridiculous, man. Hey, there's a big company, ComEd, admits to bribery charge and in Illinois, agrees to pay $200 million fine. When reached for comment, ComEd said it's okay. The bribery netted us $600 million.
Damn.
ComEd's going to be just fine, man. Because if you do the math, they have more money now. Hey, Black Jesus.
What's up?
You ever go to Walmart?
Yeah.
I got a story about Walmart, man. Walmart and others will still serve customers who refuse to wear a mask despite new rules. A Walmart spokesperson, it says spokesman, but I'm going to say spokesperson.
Okay.
Walmart spokesman replied that their target demographic are uneducated people who wish they were dead.
What?
Yeah, you don't wear a mask, man. You go into a fucking Walmart. You're coming out with great deals and COVID-19.
That's a 2-for-1.
You're coming out with unbelievably cheap and quality socks at a low price, and also coronavirus. Oh, dude. Restaurants, too. McDonald's says no mask, no hamburgers in new ruling on face coverings. This put in order by their new Senior Director of Safety and Security, the Hamburglar. You getting tired, man? You yawn during the Hamburglar joke?
No.
Dude, face coverings, right? The Hamburglar, he wears a mask. Plus, if he's not giving burgers to people who aren't wearing masks, he gets more burgers, and that's good for him because he's the Hamburglar.
Get it? Hamburglar?
Dude, you know who runs Russia?
Who?
A guy named Putin. I forgot his first name. Vladimir Putin. And Vladimir Putin says that the Russian Navy to get hypersonic nuclear strike weapons. This just in, I just shit my pants. I'll take care of all the cleaning and everything, man.
Where the hell you getting these news from, White Jesus? This is the only real news.
This is all real headlines.
This is real headlines from White Jesus. Go ahead, White Jesus.
I'm not going to bullshit you. And I'm not trying to rip anything off. This is completely original. I've never seen anything like it on late night Saturday night television, variety shows or anything. This is like totally original. I'm digging it, man. I got more news.
Real news with White Jesus.
Real news with White Jesus. Bugatti is selling a $35,000 electric car for kids. Just in case your kid is on the fence about becoming a complete douchebag and parents want to give him that little push. My brother wrote that joke. The Bugatti is, I guess, for douchebags. Damn. My brother is a great writer. He gave me that joke.
That's what's up. Shout out to your brother right now.
Shout out to my brother. By the way, my brother, our podcast intro music and outro music is my little brother. And his song Meet You There by Casino Medicine. It's the most famous video on YouTube.
Go ahead and scream it right now on YouTube. I
can't believe it. On YouTube, all you do is type in Casino Medicine. And then there's a song, there's like a picture of a guy there. There's a song called Meet You There. And then you click on that. And that's my brother, man, with an awesome song and a kick-ass music video.
Yeah, that guitar is crazy.
Yeah, it's good to have his music bookmarking. No, it's not bookmarking. It's great to have his music as bookends to the podcast.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Go ahead and scream it on YouTube right now.
Did I mention the Hamburglar? Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you yawned. Hey, a man accused of running over a Sikh man charged with hate crime. When reached for comment, the man said, "I'm not racist. I run over people all the time." I would have run over a black man, a Jew, a white, even a Chinaman. I don't think you're supposed to say Chinaman anymore. I apologize to the Chinaman. There's more news, dude. There's more real news. Oakland protesters set fire to courthouse, smash windows. Now facing federal charges, the protesters insist that they thought it was an Apple store. I guess because you get federal charges for busting up and setting fire to. Did they set a fire to? They set a fire to a courthouse.
Damn.
It's those white kids, man.
Damn.
It's those white kids with the blue and pink hair.
Damn.
In Florida, well, we got Florida news.
You know, Florida always makes
Florida's got the best news. A couple finds a duffel bag full of cocaine in the Florida Keys. They promptly returned the duffel bag and its contents to the authorities 3.5 days later.
They're a goddamn lie. They didn't return shit.
3.5 days later, man, that's a lot of time to do some of that cocaine in the duffel bag. Dude, before they turned in the evidence,
Yeah.
which I don't even believe that they did, because who turns over a bag of good cocaine?
Who does that?
You know?
Not people from Florida.
Just using it for 3 days? Nah, dude, you set up a business, you become a coke dealer, or you just do coke a whole lot and just have a coke phase in your life, man.
Snowball party.
Maybe you don't know what to do with your life and you need a cocaine phase. Just go through the coke phase.
We're not promoting anything of drug use anyway. So
No, not at all.
so don't take it like that.
Don't do drugs,
No,
kids.
not at all.
Hey, Black Jesus, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, Jesus.
I got a news story here. A rare blue lobster was fished out at an Ohio red lobster. A rare blue lobster fished out of an Ohio red lobster.
What?
Oh my God. The incident is being investigated as a hate crime. It sounds like the Bloods and the Crips to me, man. A blue lobster and a red lobster. Dude, that's a West Coast feud. A West Coast lobster feud. Dude, hey, maybe we should title this episode White. What did I just say? White. I don't remember what I said, man. I'll have to go back and listen to it. But it should title the podcast.
Dude, the podcast is titled Black and White Jesus.
So
what are you talking
You know,
about?
my white privilege gives me the privilege of making the title. I'm sorry, man. It's just
But-
how the world works, dude.
So your white privilege could make you just change it just like that?
Yep. Dude, there's a hotline I can call, and there will be a whole bunch of white people here in sweaters.
Can you please give us the 1-800 number to the white privilege?
That's confidential. Our next news story. Amazon knows who is sending a Durham man rubber ducks, but they can't tell him. While unwilling to name the man, Amazon did hint that it is a serial killer. Ooh, that's fucked up, Amazon. You can't give the guy who's getting all these rubber ducks the name of the serial killer.
That sounds like some shit Apple would do.
It sounds like some shit a white person would do. And finally, our last story. It's been a good news segment, man.
Yeah.
I like talking about the news. Here's a news story. U.S. man charged after entering Canada with over 200 kilograms of meth. Before they agreed to let the man go through, Canadian officials are demanding him to say he's sorry. And if you don't know, sorry is how you say sorry in Canadian. So this guy's not really in trouble with Canada. They just want him to apologize and say sorry. Which I think he should do, man. He could probably get out of, dude, just say you're sorry, bro. Every once in a while we'll cross a border with 200 units of meth. You know what happens.
You just got the real news with white Jesus.
This is the wrap-up. Black Jesus, this is where we wrap the show up, man, into a nice little burrito.
That's racist.
Dude, I think we had really fun conversations, man. I had a good time doing this.
Yeah, likewise.
I think we probably could freaking do this every week and not run out of stuff to say, man.
Oh, there's nothing. Listen, we will never run out of stuff. As long as this world is continue to be the way it is, I don't think we'll ever run out of anything to say.
Did you learn anything new this week?
Yeah, I just found out about that new white disease that you was telling about.
White fragility.
Yeah, white
You
fragility.
learned that it's
yeah.
not a disease, but a racist book written
yeah.
by Robin DiAngelo.
Yeah.
Who sucks. Sorry, Sally.
Yeah.
I learned that your son has a wonderful plan for handshaking.
Yeah.
He told us a little earlier.
Yeah. You remember that, huh?
Yeah, he said that why don't we just put on big hand gloves onto our hands?
Yeah, like the big Incredible hand, like the Incredible Hulk
like they
hand.
have a big Incredible Hulk hand that the kids
Yeah.
put on there for their hands, and then we can just go around shaking people with our fake hands, so still having the gesture. I thought it was brilliant, man.
And we could fist pump with that.
I think this is what CNN needs to be talking about, man.
Yeah, that's what they're not talking about.
Dude, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank Jesus, black or white. I find that when something good happens in my life, like I win $20 on a ticket, I'll be like, thank you, white Jesus. But like if I'm waiting for a bus or something and a car splashes water and I get drenched, I'm like, oh, black Jesus.
So you would blame it on Black Jesus, huh?
Yeah, there was a time where I would look at them. But now I look at them really as the same dude. I hold Jesus in a high regard in a non-religious way. And I'm glad that Jesus' name is in the title of the podcast because he seemed like a good fella from what I've heard of the guy.
You think Christians will get upset about us, about the name?
Oh, I bet a few will. And they can send us hate mail at bwjp.radio@yahoo.com.
Say that one more time.
They can also suck my ass. But no, because like I feel like Jesus existed, man, at some point, and went around and preached a lot of good stuff, you know.
Yeah,
so
we
I'm a
acknowledge
fan. I'm a fan of that Jesus, you know. And I don't belong to a religion. I don't know anything. I just don't know. Who can claim to know? Mm-hmm. You know, we all think different things, but I hold Jesus in a high regard and as a role model, and I try to live my life like that dude. He's a good fella. So thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Black Jesus.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I was thinking the actual Jesus.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
big
Black Jesus.
ego on you, dude. Anyway, I'd like to thank my brother from Casino Medicine providing music for the podcast.
Most definitely.
I'd like to thank another female relative who I won't say is my sister, but we have the exact same mother, for lending me her book. And that's it, man. I had such a good time that I think we'll do this again, man. Maybe it'll turn into a thing. We'll figure out as we go along what the podcast will become. You know, it'd be cool to add on live calls or interviews with other people or, you know, some applause effects when I make jokes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But it's off to a good start.
And please don't forget to drop the comments in the bottom and how you feel about the show and send us the email. That way we could go ahead and continue to make this show as wonderful as it is right now. Thank you guys for listening. And White Jesus and Black Jesus is out.
Yo, we is out. I got a question though, man. Oh, I ruined the whole ending.
Damn.
I had a question. I don't know anything about social media, man. We got an email address. What we should do is create, you know about Instagram or something.
Yeah.
So we'll try to get some other social media things up there. And we'd like to read what you have to say over the air on the next podcast. Because...
we could go ahead and create a YouTube channel, and you guys could follow us like that on YouTube and go back and listen to our podcast on YouTube.
Maybe until we save up enough money for a camera, we can put like cartoon versions of us talking to each other on the podcast. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
We'd have to meet somebody spectacular for that.
I got somebody for that.
Anyway, bro, I love you, dude.
Likewise, White Jesus.
All right, and we'll see you next time
Later.
on the Black and White Jesus podcast.